and welcome back to a new video. And as you can tell, not only by the way I'm dressed, but also the title of this video, that we're talking about Disneyland Paris today, and we're talking about my top 5 rides. Let me just grab my notebook so I've got my notes so I can talk about this. So Disneyland Paris is the, well, I guess my favourite park, I guess. Yes, it is my favourite park, and it's the one I've frequented the most. I've been going since 1999, so I love it so much. And the rides I don't think really have changed since I first went, but not that I can really remember when I first went. I think the only one I can remember is Big Thunder Mountain, but the only difference is it's gotten faster, but I'll talk about more of that later. So without further ado, and excuse the squeakiness on my bed, let's get straight into the video. So this isn't actually in any particular order, I will add, so it's not like a countdown, it's just like the general 5 rides that I like the most. Well, apart from one actually is my sister's favourite, and I thought I'd add it in here for you guys. So let's just start from the top of my list. So ride number 1 is Big Thunder Mountain. I love Big Thunder Mountain. I've done a Big Thunder Mountain in California, and sorry Californians, but it doesn't compare to Disneyland Paris. There is something so fun about Disneyland Paris 1. I think it's longer, it's faster. Oh my god, I remember one day I did it in May with my mum, and it was so fast. It even got faster than like the previous days we've done it. They've now added water in it, so you get wet twice, once when you're going up and then down, like at the beginning of the ride, and then there's a bit where you go through water, which is when they take the photo. So when you go down into the water and the water splashes up to the side of you, that's when they take the photo. So if you want to do any poses, there you go, you know now. But I absolutely love this ride. It's amazing, and I highly recommend it. Now what I would suggest is that in Disneyland Paris, obviously the parks open officially at 10. From about 9:30, the other lands, so Adventureland and Frontierland, they will open up to start a queue. Now, Big Thunder Mountain always gets a queue. Now, I've done it with my mum where we've queued up in the main queue, but what I would suggest is queue up for the fast passes. It has a less of a queue, and the fast passes start from 11, and they won't let you actually into the queue till 10. So it kind of works out. By the time you'd probably get on the ride, it would be 11 anyway, so you might as well do the fast pass. Also, we're doing the fast pass for 11 is that you can go off and do meet and greet. So for instance, on the Thursday we queued up, got our fast pass, and then at 10 then we went and sat for the meet and greet for Blue and King Louie, and by the time we finished with Blue and King Louie, it was time for a fast pass. So it gives you that like an hour leeway to kind of go off and do rides. Fantasyland is usually still quiet by then, so you could just go and hop on, like maybe It's a Small World, because that opens up I think about 15 minutes for the official park opening, or by that point maybe Pavilion is a little bit more quiet because a lot of people have gone off, they've done it, they've gone off to do other rides, so it might be worth doing that. So I love Big Thunder Mountain, and I'm sure you would too. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. So ride number 2 is Phantom Manor. Now Phantom Manor unfortunately is closed at the moment. It's been closed for a good chunk of months. It was closed when I went in May. We have no idea what's going on. I've been doing Phantom Manor updates on my Insta stories, which my Instagram is at @vintage_spikes. If you want to check those out, I do kind of update as and when. I'm not on like official of Disneyland, but I kind of go off what I've seen and what I've read, and kind of do my opinion. Now at the moment we don't know. There's been a sighting of a candy cane, but that tweet has been deleted, so I don't know if it's going to be turned to a holiday. The grounds at the moment have been open. There are rumours that there might be asbestos in the ride, so apparently it looks as if the ride may be closed for a little bit longer, so I don't really know what's going on, but still it is one of my favourite rides. It pretty much follows the story of the 2003 film The Haunted Mansion, about the Gracies and Elizabeth as the bride, who is murdered by Ramsley. So it kind of follows that story. It's different, I think, from the different Haunted Mansions, but I've only ever done the one in California, so I may be wrong. I do find it really fun. I love it so much. It is scary, and like the first couple of times I went on it, my sister probably still has the nail prints where I dug my nails into her. But I really like it. And it's quite good because it's like a walk through, and then obviously if you know, and then you go in the little doom buggies and you do the ride, and then you come out and you can walk along Boot Hill, and apparently there's like a casket that breathes if you listen, like the heartbeat, you can hear the heartbeat. So I would recommend that, but it is a great ride, and the scenery is amazing looking up over at Thunder Mountain, so I would recommend doing it for that. You get some really, really good shots. The queue is never too long. I think the longest I waited with my dad last October was 45 minutes, so not too bad. And also now Jack Skellington meets outside Phantom Manor, so you could do the ride and then meet Jack or the other way around. So there you go. So ride number 3, I'm sorry I keep looking down, but I'm looking at my list. So ride number 3 is Hyperspace Mountain. Now, I've not done this ride because I don't like Space Mountain. The last time I went on Space Mountain was 2013 and I crawled off. It has changed since then, but yeah, I literally crawled off the ride because I was like, oh my god, I gotta do this. But yeah, so Hyperspace Mountain is, I can't really talk about this because it's my sister's favourite ride, but basically, I think all she wants me to tell you is awesome. From what I've heard from other people, they love Hyperspace Mountain as well. It's really, really good. The one good thing I will say, if you don't like when the bars, I think they're called, come down and like really put pressure on your like chest, especially if you got boobs like me, they've done it more softer, so it kind of molds to you, so it's more comfortable, and I think it's just got a lot more like really cool effects than it used to, so it's definitely worth checking out. And also I will say they do fast passes and the ride is never really that busy, so it's worth checking out. I'm really sorry if I play with my ears. These are my Disneyland Paris ears I got in May. They are, not only are they wonky, but they are so like the ends of the band, it's just, oh, doing my head in. Okay, sorry about that. Ride number 4, Peter Pan's Flight in Fantasyland. Oh, this ride. I know they have them in, I think, pretty much every park. I know that Disneyland Paris is quite special. It's one of the only ones that has 4 in the boats. I know that California has 2 a boat. So this is quite special in that effect. But obviously it's in French as well, which is quite cool. There's only a little bit in French. I think it's just Peter who speaks French. But how can you not love Peter Pan's Flight? Peter Pan's Flight is also a really good one if you're doing magic hours, so 8:30 to 9:30. If you're staying in a Disneyland hotel, you can do magic hours. And I tell you, it's a good thing to do because me and my mum, I think we never wait more than 20 minutes for it. Now, if you go during the day, it's usually about an hour and a half wait. There was even one day, I think on the Thursday, where we walked onto the ride. So it's worth checking out in the magic hours. Most people either go to Pavilion or to Peter Pan in the morning. So it's up to you which one you want to do first. But my little suggestion would be just kind of walk around and then go to the rides, because then it would have quieted down by then, and to the meet and greets. But yeah, I love this ride. It's magical. I love Nana. I love Smee. I love the crocodile. So it's definitely worth checking out, and it's just so magical. I will say that you do feel like you're going to fall out the boat. I do feel like I'm going to fall out of the boat a lot, but it is worth checking out. So definitely, if you're there for the magic hours, do it then. They do fast passes as well, but you might as well do it in the magic hours and then, you know, get a fast pass to Space Mountain or Thunder Mountain instead, or go over to the studios and do that. So ride number 5 is actually, I'm wearing the merchandise for, and that is Pirates of the Caribbean. I had to put this ride in because I love Pirates of the Caribbean. It's the only franchise I've ever jumped on the bandwagon for. I love it so much. It is such a great ride. I preferred it more to the California one. I felt like California was very, very long, and it was very, very dark. Where this one is different. Obviously they talk French. You either get, initially they're talking French, you either get Blackbeard or you get Davy Jones. You have French speaking Jack at the end as well. But I think it's amazing. I love it. It's, you know, you just sit on a boat. You do get wet sometimes, or you're like me, your entire trousers get soaked because the boat is wet, and so you're walking around half the day with a wet bum, which is just my luck. But it is a great ride. I love it so much, and I mean, I think my mum and I did it, I think about 6 times when we went in May. I will suggest, if you want to do Pirates of the Caribbean, do it when the parades are on. I say do it when the parades are on because when we got there on the Monday, we did it in Disneyland Paris in May. We did it when the Pirate and Princess parade was on, I think. Yes, the shows were on, and it was a 5-minute wait. So always, I would say, recommend doing, always do Pirates of the Caribbean when the parades are on. So if you're going Pirate and Princess, do it when the shows are on or the main parades is on. If there's like Star Wars events going on in the studios, do it then. So when everyone's over at the studios, do it then. Do it again, I'd say also towards the evening, it can get a little bit quiet as well. And in lunch times, I would say it'd be quiet. So, but maybe not because there's a restaurant next door. Well, it's just opposite into the Fantasyland. So, but mainly do it when the parades are on because it's quiet. So that's my top 5, but I am going to give 2 honourable mentions. Number 1 is Tower of Terror in the Walt Disney Studios. I do like Tower of Terror. I prefer it to Mission Breakout, but in fairness, the reason why I prefer it is because I was not full of flu when I did Tower of Terror. Also, Mission Breakout has more drops, and I hate drop rides, which is going to be great when let's say when I go to Tokyo, because they obviously have a Tower of Terror there, which is like a different story, so we'll see how that goes. But I will suggest, sorry, I clapped my hands then. I will suggest doing Tower of Terror. Even my dad did it, and my dad hates any big rides, and he really liked it, so I would recommend doing it. It's great, it's interactive. It was quite funny because there's one bit where it kind of shows like a mirror, like your reflection, and my dad started waving, and then everyone started waving, so my dad's like starting the trend. So do that, you know, it's very interactive, you kind of interact with each other, it's great, so I would recommend that one. And my last honourable mention is Casey Jr. Again, this is my dad's favourite ride. He loves it. He got to drive Casey Jr. There's only two downsides to Casey Jr. One, the queue is ridiculous. It kind of goes from 1 into 2, and the walkways are so huge that like people who are behind you get like 10 rows in front, where people in front of you get behind. And also, I don't want to diss any cast members, I don't want to be mean, but the cast members on Casey Jr. that I have found over the years are not the greatest cast members. I don't know, I'm not going to say any more than that. I'm just going to say that like they're not the greatest, but the ride itself is great. It's a little ride, and you get to go around Storybook Land, you know, around where the boats are, so you get to go around Beaster's Castle and see all the other characters, and usually the people in the boats will wave at you and you can wave back, and you get to sit in a cage, which is really fun. And I think that's it. So yes, that is the end of my video. I'm sorry if I like coughed or moaned about my ears or clapped or did anything else. I'm really sorry. I just get really enthusiastic about Disney. So I hope this helps you, for anyone who's planning a Disneyland Paris trip, or for any of you guys who have been to Disneyland Paris and you're like, oh, I can't remember that ride. Oh, there you go, you've just reminded me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.